Hello, in this video we are going to go over the SAS commands for a frequency chart. And the basic coding for that is going to use proc or procedure freq F-R-E-Q data is equal to whatever the data set is, and then tables, and then whatever the variable or variables are, and then run. So let's say if I wanted to make a frequency chart for the low lead level group on this data set, which is a total of, 78? Yeah, 78 individual pieces of data. So once I have that inside of SAS, which I do right on here, let me first open this, and then I'm going to change the name of this just so it's easier for me to spot lead. And let me run this so I can have my data in SAS. Alright, so I'm going to slightly change this then, using my data set to be proc freq data is equal to work dot lead. And we want a table specifically for that low lead level group. And we can see that the way that this is coded here inside the output data is low hyperspace lead hyperspace level. So that's what we're going to use for this. With a semicolon. And then run. So, whoops. Typing that inside of here would look like this. And then clicking on one will give us a frequency chart for that low level group. Again, note on here how it gives each data value and then counts its frequency. This does not allow us to use binning, especially with continuous data. Now we can also input more than one variable. So like the high, if I want to do both the high lead level and the low lead level, you would just separate these by a space, like what I have here. So this is the same thing that what we just did, only put a space and put the high lead level in here. And then doing so will give us now a new data table, the same one, and a new one underneath it with that frequency chart. Notice again how this does not combine the two into one frequency chart. We could also do a little bit of ordering with this. Right? Inside of the main function line, we can add an order element. And this gives us several options. We can have it follow the way it appears in the data. We can have it be formatted in some format by frequency, which will give it an order of descending frequency, or in tonal. Alright, and note how when we first did this, the order of it, put down the wrong one, the order of it is already by the way that the data set has it. So in this case, from lowest to highest. If we did want to change it, we put an order. Let's use frequency. And then run it. This will then change it to be ordering on how the frequency is. So the highest frequency of 7, which matched with the low lead level of 96. For the high one, that having a frequency of 3 with 80. So if we put in the order, on this order is equal to freq, that will order it by the frequency. For the bar graph of the frequency chart, we would have the same type of thing inside of it. Only we would put a backslash plots, such as one would be a frequency plot. Alright, doing this, let me just edit my code here so we can see what it does. So plots, and as you can see we have a whole bunch of plots that we could use. A whole bunch of them. The one I'm going to use here is going to be the frequency plot. That being right here. And then hit run for this. And once it eventually stops spinning, whenever that manages to be, we have our data table, and then down here we have the load lead frequency. Again, do note these are not binned values, and since we have so much data, notice how it has to kind of display it a little bit in a crooked fashion in order for us to see it. And because we have so much data, this looks, I mean, it has definitely an approximately normal shape, but since we have so much data of it though, it's kind of expanded out. And if we did the same thing but with including the high lead level group, it will produce two graphs. As you can see when we put it on here. So there's the low level one. The high level one looks at this one. Notice how this one looks a bit nicer than this first one did, since there's less data. But again, it is not binned. So do indeed keep that into mind. We could also have on here, if we wanted to use and I should not have deleted that, if we wanted to, instead of using the frequency plot, using a cumulative frequency plot. Alright, so that says the same thing as this, only we would now have CUM-FREQPLOT. This will give us that cumulative frequency plot, which as you can see shows the original small frequency, and then how as we go along on the x-axis on here, how it adds the frequencies from the last ones and on that particular one, so we could see that graph increasing as we go from left to right. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.